All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to some more Surviving Bruno Mars here in Surviving Mars. Apologies, everybody, for the little technical hiccup there. Let me let me really make sure everything's working here. Hello, me. Hey, right back at you, buddy. Oh, I don't sound too good there. What happened there? Hello, hello? Ah, that's better. All right. Wow. What a start. Apologies, everybody. Very big apologies. I am sorry. But we're back here. I don't really know what happened. Oh, here we go. Now chat popped in. It works. Hey, maxed out. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Thank you for coming back. Thank you, everybody, for coming back who did. Hey, Z Kirk, let's go. Yes. Welcome, welcome. Oh. Sound is off. Wait, really? On my feed, I can hear it. Oh, there it goes. Oh, yeah, that's better. There it goes. Okay, working now. Okay. Wait. The stream is working. Can everybody hear me? God, this is the stuff that award-winning streams are made of, isn't it? No, it's all good now. All right, thank you. Woo! Oh my God, hello. Hello, Burnt Banana. Welcome back. Now it's all good. Now we can hear you. Awesome. All right. Whew. I don't know what happened there. Oh my God. You know, right before I hit start on the stream, I noticed in OBS I was stuttering a little bit. And I was like, nah, whatever. That'll be fine. Man, sometimes I am just too stupid. I am too stupid. I needed to restart the computer. I should have just done that before I hit go live. Ugh. Either way, well, I'm gonna say it seems to be working at the present moment. we'll knock on wood there. Welcome back, everybody. All right, so, God, where were we? Okay, we had a pretty good episode this morning. We have a second dome started here. We have a place for the kids to go now. So we have a school, we have a nursery going, and so basically we're working towards getting a machine parts factory in here. We have the metals extractor going. Yeah, so we're researching 3D machining. When this is done, we can build that machine parts factory. Never played or heard of this game, but you're such a pleasant streamer. Oh, I enjoyed your Vicky 3 stuff, so I wanted to check this out. Ah, thank you so much. I appreciate that. What a way to put my best foot forward for the first stream that you tune into. Massive technical problems. Oh boy. Well, thank you for sticking around. I appreciate it, and I'm glad you enjoy the Vicky 3 stuff. Yes, I'm trying to get back on track with getting some Vicky 3 stuff out. I've been sidetracked the last couple weeks, but it's coming. Hey, Outer Signal, what's up, my friend? How you doing? Mars Mission 1 came to a quick end, but Lord Ham perseveres. That's right. Hope you and the fam are doing well. As always, same to you, my friend. Same to you. I hope all is well with you and yours. Thanks. It's always good to see you. Caught it as the stream went down. Ah, got it. Yeah. Hey, Radical Anarchist. Hello. Ready for some space colonialism? Hey, you'll appreciate we are space communist. We were able to choose a government, so we went with People's Republic. And now we've got the Workers' Collective, who's got the most seats in our assembly. So that's what we're doing here in Mars. All right, I'm gonna unpause. I think we can get going now. So I would like, so we need to get 3D printing so we can get machine parts. If you can get polymers and machine parts going, you're pretty good. It's hard to get the electronics factory going because you need so many people, but most of the most important stuff needs maintenance their maintenance costs are polymers and machine parts. So we've got polymers going. I mean, we're going to need more as we scale up the colony, but for now we've got that going. So, and then we need metals as an input to the machine parts factory. So this dome will be a little production line for that. So we should be good. Hey, Mauricio, what's up? What's up? How you doing? I see the stream works now. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. What a start. What a start. God, it makes me so nervous because, so earlier today, the morning stream was my first ever stream. Oh, I don't even have my light on here. First ever stream on Linux, because I'm now running Linux. So I was so nervous in the morning stream, and everything went okay in the morning stream. It gave me a false sense of security. So now I'm now super tense again. But how you doing? Good to see you. If it makes you feel any better, I said on your earlier stream that there was a delay. But I was watching 5 minutes behind live. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was looking at that. I was looking into that after the stream because there actually was a bit of a delay from when people type their chat to when my in OBS my chat doc shows me stuff. I think that's been fixed. I don't know for sure. Yeah, space communism. I love it. You're Elon's greatest enemy. I know. Right now, I kind of wish I had made one of the other colonies Space Y as they have in this game. Hell yeah, let's make fully automated luxury space communism happen. That's the goal. That is the goal. The trains are free. We're not charging for the trains. Is this game similar to anything you play / know about? Let's see, what would I equate this to? I guess there's a bit of a Manor Lords-esque type of feel to it. This game is largely about production chains, right? So you have like these basic resources, metals, concrete, rare metals. This is something different, but and then oxygen and water. And then you have the more advanced resources, polymers, machine parts, electronics, and fuel. Everything you build has some maintenance cost to it. So like like the fuel refinery takes machine parts as maintenance. The dome itself takes concrete as maintenance. So you need to start producing these goods because as your colony grows, so does your demand for goods, since everything needs something for maintenance. And we can order stuff from Earth, but we only have 2 rockets, so you know, then you have situations where both your rockets are here, and you only have a certain amount of money. So your goal is to eventually get to a place where you can be self-sufficient. And we actually have a story that'll start in this session at some point called The Last War, and you know, we're gonna lose our connection to Earth in a little bit, so we got to get self-sufficient. So it's mainly a game about production chains and like keeping everybody alive. And we are focusing on the terraforming. So we started as the Terraforming Initiative, and we're gonna try to fully terraform Mars. Well, now it takes a long time to fully terraform Mars, but yeah, that's basically the game in a nutshell. And there's a lot more nuances to that, but that's so far what we're doing
Assembly
here.
session open.
This is how it starts. First, New York falls to the Red Menace, then it spreads throughout the solar system. That's right. That's right. Everybody needs to escape Earth, and I mean, they call it the Red Planet for a reason, right? There's the crust. I know the crust. Yeah. That is literally this, but on the moon, it has a story and everything. Yes, I have the crust. I bought it at launch. I really wanted to get into it because I love this game so much. This game is what made me get the crust. I fell off of it, and I haven't gone back to it in a long time. So I found it hard to fully dive into it. Though, yeah, it was largely about production chains. But again, I got it right at launch, and I feel like it's probably a lot different now.
Warning.
So now that you mention that, I need to dive back into the crust. But it looks like a cool idea. It's, yeah, and so it's largely like this, except you're on the moon. Yeah, I didn't even think of the red planet. That's great. Yeah, exactly, right? You gotta... If you're gonna be the red planet, be the red planet. Kind of like the Anno series. Yes, production chains that get progressively more complicated, and your pops can upgrade and have more maintenance and demands. Yes, in terms of production chains. The pops here don't really upgrade. What you're dealing with the pops is like... Ooh, look at us. Okay, so our comfort has gone up. So basically, like, in a dome, you have limited building space. So you need to, like, have things that are going to produce things for you, but you also need to keep the pops happy. And so the more that their morale and comfort are up, the more your building performance, the higher your building performance, and the more goods that'll be produced. So it's largely about finding the balance between having a dome be productive and having the people, like, be happy and sane, because they're not just working nonstop. And you have this limited building space. And eventually, you know, you can start constructing bigger domes. So, like, you start off with the ability to get this, like the barrel dome. But then it gets more complicated. Like, the basic dome, its maintenance is concrete, which is very easy to get. The barrel dome's maintenance is polymers, which we need this building to maintain, and then so on and so forth. There's been a lot of improvements. Oh, in the crust. Oh, yeah, I bet. You know, I actually kind of forgot about that game. I'm glad you mentioned it. Maybe this weekend I'll dive into that again, take a look at it. Because I really, really wanted to like it when it first came out. And I also, like, I didn't dislike it. You know? Like, you ever have one of those games where you're like, yeah, this is fine, but you don't feel that, like, pull to keep coming back every night, you know? That's kind of where I was with the crust. Alright, so we're gonna go research that thing. That. Yeah. You know, something I don't do enough of, too, in this game is you can really move the camera around and get some really cool kind of shots of Mars. And, like, really look around your dome. You know, the people who don't skip leg day. So, yeah. I have to remind myself sometimes to do that. Because it's really cool. And I never do it. Oh, that's how Starfield felt for you. Yeah, you know, I really liked Starfield. I played it a ton when it first released. I loved it. And then when I finished the main story, just like you were saying, I never felt that pull to go back. And they had the DLCs, and I loaded up one of the DLCs, and I don't know, I didn't dive into it as much. So, like, I do really love Starfield, but after finishing the initial story, I didn't feel the pull to go back. But that being said, I actually really love the story in Starfield. At least the initial story. I don't know much about the stories in the DLCs, because, again, I didn't get that far in them. Good game. I'll probably go back to it, but I played Saros before, and the gunplay was so fluid, it was hard to go back to the jank. Yeah. I mean, it is a Bethesda game, after all. It is a Bethesda game. So... yeah, it comes with some inherent jank. I put like 1,700 hours into Civ 6 and absolutely love that game, but I wanted a more grand strategy feel, so I've now put about 50 hours into Vicky 3. Nice. That is kind of the progression, right? I'm a long time Civilization fan. I've been playing Civilization since I was like 8 years old. But after really diving into Paradox games, it is a little difficult sometimes to go back. But that being said, the thing that I love about Civilization that is so inherently different from Paradox games is that Paradox games are trying to simulate history. So every Paradox game, you're never starting at equal level with other people, or other people like other AI players in the game. You know, like if you're starting off as, I don't know, like Sweden, like Great Britain is just inherently better than you at game start. With Civilization, you and all the AI players start at 0. And everybody, some people have a better advantage based on starting resources and stuff, but like everybody starts at 0, and so it's really to see, so you can really see, are you doing better than the other AI players and stuff like that. So I do enjoy that of Civilization, which is just something you can't do in Paradox games. But the strategy in Paradox, I think, is much deeper. Aside from the minor issues with the stream, how's the switch to Linux been? It's been great. I have to say, I love it. I love it. My last order of business is video editing. So I'm recording a new Starting Step series for Ep3 right now. When I'm done recording it, I'm going to be editing it in Linux, because I'm still dual booting the computer here with, I can still boot it in Linux or Windows. And if I can do the video editing without any hassle, I think I'm just gonna delete the Windows and go fully Linux. I decided to fully commit to the exodus from Windows. Order the thumb drive to use for the Linux install. Should be in tomorrow. Nice, nice, nice. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. Have you decided on which distro you're gonna use yet? Yeah, true. Yeah, the start point is more diverse. Exactly, yeah. Exactly. So that's what's kind of enticing about it. Look at us. Look at us. We've got a lot of polymers here. I forget if we ordered some or if we made all of that. I think it's a combination of both. Civ 6 at least almost has a board game feel. Yeah, if that makes sense. It does. Which I absolutely love, but Paradox does have a more realistic approach. Yeah, I think you worded it so well. Exactly. There's like a board game approach because it's turn-based strategy. And I do really like that. It's just different. So they're like two very different games. So I do enjoy that. But if I had to pick like which one I am more into, it would be Paradox games. And I find that crazy because for my entire life, I said, whatever computer I get, it has to be able to play Civilization. Like, the only reason why I had initially switched to Mac, like 15, 20 years ago, was because Civilization was on it. If Civilization didn't make a native port to Mac, I never would have switched to Mac way back when. And now I'm fully switching off of it. All right. Legislative session is open. What can we do? Residential buildings have increased capacity. What's going to piss everybody off, though? So the Workers' Collective will be happy if we do the society laws. The Free Love Party is not happy. Yeah, they don't like the birth restrictions law, but we really do need that. We really do need it. So, enacted the leading party appointment of seats law, enacted the outlaw political opponents law. Okay. Maybe we can open the floor. Enact crowded living. Wait, change the assembly role policy to governing. The assembly can vote and picks its own agenda when preparing or voting for laws. Yeah. Change the political opponent's policy to deport. Colonists marked as detainments, colonists marked by detainment centers as political opponents are deported from the colony. Deported colonists will be sent to Earth on the first available rocket. Yeah, so like, it's very clear these guys are the opposition party to the workers' collective. So the workers' collective likes it when we do these laws. Yeah, I want to get the production of extractors here. So we'll do that. I can't risk the exodus to Linux right now due to university. Yeah. But it's on my plans as soon as I graduate. Yeah. I mean, and, you know, I've found it really easy to dual boot. I guess that's a little bit harder on a laptop because you only have one hard drive in it. But, like, in this one, I have... Well, actually, I have 3 hard drives in this. But I have 2 of them. So one, I have Windows on, one I have Linux on, and it's very easy to just... You basically hold down F11 when you start the computer, and then you can pick which operating system you load into. What's interesting, too, is you can run Linux off of a hard drive. Before I switched over, I wanted to try it. I have this external hard drive, and so basically I was able to load Bazite on this, and then I spent a couple days just like clicking around Linux, trying it out on just that hard drive. And what's nice about it is if you mess anything up, it doesn't, you know, tear down your computer. It's just all contained to that. I got big into speedrunning Civ. Oh, so I'm trying to transition to the live strategy. Oh, like Vicky 3 and Stellaris. Yeah. Yeah. And yet and people speed run that as well, which is kind of crazy. Yes. Oh man, speed running Civ. That would be tough. Yeah, wasn't Civilization originally a board game? It was. All of these things were pretty much. Like Europa Universalis was originally a board game. Civilization was originally a board game. That's why board games are the best. I'm starting with Mint, yes, since that seems to be one of the most recommended. Gonna try some DEs, get basic stuff set up for browsing and gaming, then try to get workflows set up for the media stuff and programming. I figure as I go, I can make note of anything I want to change / add along the way. And if I need to eventually switch to another distro, I can explore options later. Yeah, exactly. Mint is definitely the way to start. That is everything I've looked up. Everyone's like, just start with Mint. I'm using Bazite. I mean, the only reason I started with Bazite is it was the most, probably the most recommended one for gaming. It's tailored to gaming, which is what my needs are basically. And I also like the idea that they called it an immutable distro. So if there's ever an update that'll like break the system or crash the system, instead of crashing, it's able to backtrack to what it was before the update. So you can kind of save your system in that way. That's what I've been told. I don't know a whole lot about it, because again, I'm only like a week into this Linux journey, but yeah. Kden was the video editing software you mentioned, right? Yes, yep. Yeah, Kden Live. So that's what I'm going to be diving into. All right, so we have just a little, we're 85% of the way through this. So we're kind of waiting to get that. I guess we can kind of speed up a little bit. Oh, actually, we got to do something here. We sent... Yeah, that's flying to a location. Let's send this one home. Let's load it up with the 15 rare metals that we have, so that we can get a little bit more money. What's the difference between the original Surviving Mars and the relaunched version? I have the original, but never played it. Wondering if I should buy the relaunched if I decide to get into this game. So, one, they changed the game engine. Apparently that was one of the issues they were having with the original one. They changed the game engine, and so it generally just works a lot better now. It's a lot more fluid, it looks a lot better, so there's that. This whole political system thing is brand new. So this was like the biggest thing they added. And this political system really changes a lot of the game. Like there's a lot of things that were just things you could just do in the original Surviving Mars that now you need to pass laws in order to do. Like, unlocks the setting of birth restrictions, right? We needed to pass that law, which is difficult because, like, you can see we have it set at births are forbidden when full to prevent overcrowding. But if I couldn't get that law passed now, I wouldn't be able to do it. So they did that. Some of the buildings look different. They added it in. Now, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if this is still the case, but when the game launched, if you have the original Surviving Mars, I think it's only like $15 in order to upgrade to the relaunched. I don't know if that was something they just did at launch or if that's how it is now, like, just going forward. I'm also going to experiment with using virtual machines. Oh, yeah, there you go. May use that to explore different distros, too. Yeah, that's a smart idea. I'd seen that recommended in quite a few places as well. Speedrunning Civ is less about time pass and more about in how few turns you can win. Oh, yeah, okay. Damn. That would be an interesting thing to watch. I don't think I've ever watched a Civ speedrun. Is there anything we can really add to this dome now? Well, we can't bring people, because we don't have a rocket at home. You know, we really could use more water. So, we have a couple things over here. I hate to leave these all spread out, though. So we really do need to have more moisture farms going. Okay, I'll have to look into seeing if I can upgrade it to relaunched. Yeah. And I think it's supposed to all just be part of Steam. So if you have the original and you look up relaunched, it should say right there, like, upgrade to relaunched or something like that. Yeah, look at this. So our fuel is starting to really take a hit. Which is tough because we need that for the polymer factory, but every time we're moving these rockets... But we're at 20 right now, so we might be able...
Insufficient resources.
Yeah, it keeps saying that, but we're actually fine on electricity. Some speed runs of Civ, I mean, are like 12 hours. But win on turn 140 on deity standard speed. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, see, I was never an expert Civ player. I mean, I think I was pretty good because I played it like my whole life, but I was never like the best Civ player. So I don't know. I don't know if I could do a speed run of Civ. I mean, we had just finished a Civ 7 run on Fridays, and I didn't win that one, so right there alone. Oh wait, that's right. I forgot. We can upgrade all of the wind turbines.
Anomaly found. Sector scanned.
Ah, nice. It's gonna take, oh! Look at that, look at that. Oh, and we have 10% comfort boost. This will be a good place for us to create a tourist dome. And we have like a whole ton of water over here. Ooh, we are losing water. Not by a lot. Just by 0.2. Our current stored water and production will last us 59 souls, but we really have to fix that deficit. Have you ever considered doing tutorials for stuff like video editing? Your Wiki3 tutorials are best in class for sure. Oh, thank you. I imagine you could do some awesome tutorials for video editing, for editing streaming. That's interesting. I've never actually thought about it. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I guess I never really thought about the actual editing of the tutorials as something I'm knowledgeable in. But I guess I could. Yeah, I've literally never thought about it until just now. I'll think about it. So when this is done, we'll be at 81%. When this is done, we'll be at 91%. We'll do the wheat.
Research complete.
And then, so we'll switch this to potatoes, and then we'll go back to doing seeds. Oh, yeah. Actually, something we could do here.
A building has stopped working.
Although we don't have the space now. I would like to build
Assembly session open.
one of these hydroponic farms and just create seeds out of it. Yeah, let's open the floor. Let's give the free love party something. So they want crowded living now. Because the workers collective will like it too. Alright. There we go. I mean, we get extra living space out of it, so why not? The beauty of Civ, to me, at least, is you can optimize and speedrun or tell a story across time if you want. It doesn't confine you. Yeah. Yeah, that's what's kind of cool about it. You can, like, create your own history. So that's what's kind of cool about it. And I think that's kind of where it differs from Paradox. Paradox is kind of about, like, creating alternate history. Or recreating history. And Civ is more about, like, creating your own history. Creating a new history. Ah, nice. Oh! Look at this, look at this. So Mars crowd... Okay, so we're doing the Mars crowdfunding. Because it's going to give us 1 billion in funding. And then we're going to do the Micro-G landers right after it. Because it's going to cost us 1 billion to buy one of those asteroid landers. So we're going to do these two together. Yes, and then we're going to do water requirements of crops reduced by 50%, because we could really use that. Speaking of tutorials, I've not seen any Wiki3 tutorials as comprehensive and informative, but approachable and simple as yours. Thank you, I appreciate that. I really do, thank you so much. I'm glad they're helpful. It's always very humbling to hear, because I'm not so far removed from when I first started posting them, thinking like, is anybody going to watch these things? Are these going to be any good? I don't know. I'm going to do it anyway, it's fun. So, I appreciate that. I was hoping to have released more content over the summer. I guess I didn't fully anticipate how much the World Cup was going to overtake my life. I should have, because it always does. So... Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, yeah, we have one person unemployed. Where do they live? They live in this dome. So now we need to create the machine parts factory.
Special project completed. New special project available.
Build a new forestation plant. All right, how many workers do we need for this? 5 per shift, so we need 10. Then we can bring 2 more workers. Generates, oh yeah, and then we could have some people work here. Generates funding or other rewards if the diplomacy laws are enacted. The period at which the rewards are given depends on the building's performance. Best workers, officers. Oh yes, we need to get more officers here. So let's do it. Let's build the Earth Embassy here. And because we need to get... We have 7 clone officers that we need to bring to this colony. And so we'll start with 2 of them. So let's get a passenger rocket going. How does research work in this game? So basically, so you get a base amount from your sponsor, your mission sponsor, and you start off with it pretty low, and there's tech that'll increase this amount, right? But you can build research buildings, and it's just another thing that takes space in the dome. So your colonists, you can also bring in scientists. And so they can work in the research lab here. And so while they're working the shift, they generate research. We also passed a law where we can outsource it. So basically we can pay people back on Earth to also do funding for us. But that can get really costly. And so basically you generate research points, and then you have to, once you reach the total amount of points for a tech, it unlocks it, and then you basically have these trees here, and each time you discover a tech in the tree, it unlocks a new one. For all of our sake, I'm glad you took the leap. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, let's No, we don't want middle-aged. Let's do adult and youth. We'll factor out all flaws. We're probably going to get to the point now where... Oh, yeah. Yeah, look at that. So, we need engineers. Alright. So now, the flaws... The one that we absolutely do not want is loner. Loses comfort every day while living in a dome with population over 30. That's going to be all our domes. They can have a chronic condition. We don't want gambler because they're going to be in a dome with a with a casino. We'll take glutton. So it'd be nice if we could get 10 engineers here. We'll take coward. We'll take hypochondriac. Now, these are the ones that I find to be the worst. Idiot can cause malfunctions at the workplace. I hate those. Loner we talked about. Lazy, their work performance goes down. Increased performance penalty when melancholic. I guess we can take whiner. Ugh. Alright. So let's see what we got if we take everybody except the loners. Okay. So that's about it. Oh, I guess too, if we take people who are middle-aged. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So the reason why I usually try to factor out middle-aged is because the basic age cycles are child, youth, adult, middle-aged, senior. When you become a senior, you can't work anymore, or you don't work anymore. The difficulty is, though, they're still in the colony, so they're taking up a residential spot in a dome, but not working. And so if you're going to bring somebody, I want them to be able to work for a good amount of time. So I tend to factor out middle age, but I don't completely factor them out. So we're at the point now where we need to bring them in. And then we need... Oh, yeah. No. Well, we need the clones. Bring in the clones. Yeah, so we'll get 2 more of these clones. All right, there we go. Launch it. I kind of want to try doing tutorials at some point. I miss teaching. Yeah, and that's really what it is. That's what I find fun about it. In a way, it's kind of like creating lecture videos, which I've done during teaching before. You a big football soccer fan? I am. Yep, it's the main sport I watch. I am obsessed with the sport, I guess you would say. I've been watching it my whole life, so... yeah, very big fan of it. I feel like I've actually come to prefer the asymmetry of Vicky 3. I grew up playing a lot of real-time strategy and turn-based games where you usually started even. But I love the David and Goliath scenarios you get in a game like Vicky 3. Yeah, I think that's what I like. The David and Goliath situation. I like, I guess that's the thing. Yeah, I guess I kind of try to play Vicky 3 like Civ. Because the thing that's fun about Civ is you start from nothing, and then by the end of your run, you can, if you have a good run, you have this massive civilization. You're like, I built all of this. And so that's what I like about playing as small countries in Vicky 3. Because you can see how far you can point to it and be like I created all of that.
Planetary anomaly found.
So we'll start off with only 2 people here. Feels good catching up as some of the smaller countries. Yeah, it's just very satisfying when you can do it, right? And you're like, I did that. That's what I enjoy about it. We're really getting some greenery over here, huh? With outsourcing, can you research 2 techs simultaneously? No, you can't, unfortunately. So you only can do 1 at a time. But you'll notice, so sometimes we get, like, tech boosts. So, like, well, we don't have any on the map right now, but we have this explorer thing. And sometimes there'll be spots on the map that you can go research. And so they'll give you sometimes like a bunch of research points. And so anything that goes over the current thing you're researching goes to the next one. So you can kind of get a couple of them done at the same time if you get like that big dump of research points. But no, you can only research 1 at a time. Me too. Oh, do you support a club? The New York Red Bulls. That is my team. I've been following the team since the day they started back in 1996. And that is my club. In Europe, I support Chelsea. But the team that I am most passionate about is New York. But when in Europe, I like to say, in North America, I'm a red. In Europe, I'm a blue. playing as Japan kind of was like that pre-update. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, before all the narrative stuff. Yeah, you could really build up Japan to a great deal, a great amount. I think you still can. I think I just got so bogged down in going for achievements. I need to go back and do a run as Japan where I really just like play Japan. The game long-term needs to introduce functional espionage, tech stealing, and more catch-up mechanics to not make playing small nations miserable to play. Looking at you, Sakoto. Oh no, that's who we're playing next. That's who we're playing as next, Sakoto. Yeah, it is true there's no espionage. I do find that kind of interesting. All right, we've got our colonists. So let's turn this on. For now, let's do only specialists. I don't want others getting in here. Because it's gonna take these guys a moment to take the train over.
A rocket has arrived. New colonists have arrived.
That's why I definitely concur about Congo being a great starting country. Yeah, I know countries like Sweden might be better for some folks, but a big part of it was that I started with tech in Sweden. I didn't understand. Yeah, until I had to manually unlock them. Oh wait, my chat just moved up. Later as Congo, yeah, it's slower, but that actually helped in the early run I was doing. Yeah, I am a big advocate for Congo as a starter country, and I find a lot of times people are like, "What are you talking? This a small, not anymore, but at the time, a single state country in Africa? That's crazy." And I'm like, "Oh, clearly you haven't played as Congo." When there is no free living space, love shrinks. We want room for hearts to breathe. Oh man. I'm impressed. Not too many MLS fans that have been around that long. I know. Yeah, I know. I was one of the first ones there. It's crazy to think about how far the league has come, because I remember like those early days. It was like, is this league gonna survive? And I forget when it was, but there was a certain point where I was like, oh wow, it's here to stay. And now it's just a matter of like, how good is it? The Free Love Party faction is very unhappy. If they continue to be unhappy, there will be consequences in the future. To increase the approval of the faction, build the Arcology Spire. I would love to. And have domes with no birth limitations. Yeah, we can't do that. Just can't do that. Oh, I'm a Tottenham fan, so Chelsea is your first strike. Oh man, I won't say anything because I know you had a difficult time last year. But you're still there. You're still there. But yeah, Tottenham's not bad. I don't mind Tottenham because I am not an Arsenal fan. Never have been. I don't really care for Arsenal too much. So that's why I guess Tottenham is always cool with me, because you guys hate Arsenal so much. I can bond over that. Oh man, I would love a good espionage tech. I guess I would effectively just be to get you information you already have by nature of the game. Yeah. Change the political opponent's policy to tolerate. There is no negative treatment of political opponents marked by detainment centers. Yeah, let's do this. I mean... Oh, so right now we outlaw it. The Workers Collective doesn't like that. There we go. All right, so they're content. That was good. That was good. Zakoto is the only caliphate government in the game. Oh, so you get a unique government and head of state title. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have to say, I need to sit down and do like a practice run. I usually like to do maybe like the first, like, 7, 8 to 10 years of the game when I'm going to do a series. And I haven't really been able to sit down and fully do it yet, so that's interesting. I'll have to take a look at that. All right, good. We got all the people here. Oh, we still have an unemployed person. Oh, I guess this is why that poor person kept trying to get a job here. So let's unlock that. And you can work. Oh yeah, we got to get rid of that. Okay. All right, so we've got a working machine parts factory. Yay, 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 yay. Producing 9.9. Excellent. We're at 8 machine parts, so good for us.
A building has stopped working.
Oh, yeah, you know, I forgot, though. This has a massive power requirement. So we'll see, yeah, if we're negative 1.8 discharging at night, when the sun comes up and the solar panels open up, I think we'll be okay. But it would be fun to subtly influence other countries and mechanics related to war. Yeah. Well, yeah, and I think, like Mauricio said, being able to steal tech would be fun. You know what? We'll put another concrete depot over here. Haven't had a chance to play football 11v11 since 2018, but I joined a league and my first game is Tuesday. I'm so excited. Oh, nice, nice, nice. That is awesome. Good for you, man. That'll be great. So I played for most of my life. I played very competitively too. I played into college. I actually went to college based on the team that recruited me. And then finally I reached a point in college where I was done playing. And I hung up the boots and I didn't play again for like 15 years. And my brother is still very much into playing, and he plays on like little local clubs here in New York. And he was running a club at one point, and so one day he was like, "We need some players. Do you want to come out and play?" And I was like, "All right, I'm coming out of retirement for this one." So I was like the old guy on the team. And it was fun. It was fun. But the boots have been hung up once again. True, we were always the little bros of London. Yeah, so we have that chip on our shoulder and constantly choke. Yeah. But it's a legendary club. I always have appreciation for one of those like legendary clubs like that. Oh man, yes, stealing tech would be a cool mechanic. Yeah, yeah. Sokoto has been on my list for a minute. I like pushing back against the Euros as Congo. Yeah, with the Navy. They can fight against countries like the Danish, the Dutch, and the Portuguese. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of my dream, to like do a run one day where, as an African country, you push all of Europe out of Africa. It's also what position were you? So I was mainly a left back. Mainly a left back. Though in high school, in my later years, and in a couple of my club teams, I could play like defensive midfield. But I was most comfortable out wide. It was never that as comfortable being in the center of the field. And so I loved to play as like a wing back. I guess my problem as a wing back though, I was never very fast. But I was still good defensively. The bigger countries are harder. It seems like Sokoto has a good starting position and resources for build up to fight the British and French. Yeah, that's what I'm excited for with that run. They've got great starting resources. They've got a good amount of people. You're not really it doesn't seem like you're under a lot of threat in the beginning of the game, so you have time to prepare yourself for when the European rush into Africa will happen. You know, I just realized something. Let's get rid of the birth restrictions. Because, you know, we have this over here. We have the nursery. They're all going to go here anyway. So we'll see how that goes. But we are at the hour mark. And so we need to pay homage to our gods of ads, because we're going to get hit by ads here. So we're going to take a quick 90-second break, and then we'll be right back. So 90 seconds, and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back, and we're back, and we're back. Catch up. Well, fullback and defensive midfielder, arguably the two most challenging positions in the sport. Respect. Thank you. Yeah, I kind of had an advantage that I'm a lefty, and so when I would play left back, I had much less competition because nobody else is a lefty like I growing up. So I think that's kind of why whenever a team found out I was a lefty, they're like, we're putting you out wide on the left because we don't have lefties. The Free Congo was so bad that despite the 19th century racism, other colonialists and the public at large went into a moral outrage over it. Oh, on the first press war and forced it to close. Oh, wow. So do me a favor and target the Free State when it appears in your game. I will. And remind me of it as it pops up, but I'll do that. I pretty much exclusively play center forward. Nice. So my fullbacks would run the length of the pitch just to watch me shoot over the bar. Oops. Oh, man. Hey, that's their job, though. That's their job. I had a coach once. I absolutely hated this coach. He was an awful human being. But he did have one philosophy that always stuck with me that I thought is very good. And I've kind of thought about in terms of other aspects of life. He was like, the game is very simple. The game is very simple. Defenders defend the goal. Midfielders move the ball forward. And forwards score. And that's the game. And if you can do more than that, then that's great. But if you can't do that at least, if you can't do that aspect, then you're not doing the position well. It doesn't matter if you can do anything else on top of that stuff. If you can't do that basic element, then you're no good. And it's just basically another way of saying, like, to keep things simple. You know, you want to be very fancy in the way you do things, right, in life, but there is just like in anything you do a base. What's the word I'm looking for? Like a base function or goal, a base goal you're trying to achieve. And if you do something on top of that, that's great. But sometimes in trying to do the thing on top of that, you kind of not do the base function well enough. And I always thought it was a good thing in terms of thinking about the game of football, but also just about other things in life as well. Hell yeah, Southpaw respect. Thank you. Same thing for me with roller hockey growing up. Oh, nice. Are you a lefty as well? I have very bad handwriting, and I think it's because when I was a kid, people tried to force me to write with my right hand. And so when I was learning like handwriting in school, they were forcing me to write with my right, even though I was a lefty. And I think it was the reason why I had difficulty in other sports, like basketball. I dribble with my left hand, but I shoot with my right hand because I was only ever taught how to shoot with my right hand, and so I was always awful at shooting a basketball. And I think if I had been taught how to shoot with my left hand, maybe I would have been a little bit better. Same thing with baseball. Like, I throw with my right hand, even though I'm a lefty, because I was only ever taught how to throw with my right hand, which is why I was never very good at baseball. I also just, in general, don't really care for baseball at all, but I played it as a kid. The thing is, people are so desensitized today and have a not my problem attitude that if the same things happened today, I have my doubts there would be as much outrage back then. Yeah. And it's just like, somebody just needs to put one narrative out there and people will like jump onto it if it allows them to turn away or not care about something. And I think that's partially a problem too. All right, so we're increasing our energy now, but we have these open, so it's not a viable solution. So we're gonna build another row of solar panels here. And we have metals over here, and metal is
A building has stopped working.
the maintenance cost of the solar panels, so we should build some over here as well. We'll build a row of 5 here. Or maybe we'll just start off with 4. I think when you get to the higher levels of the sport, the fundamentals become arguably more important. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's probably one of those things that makes the difference between a professional and somebody who doesn't make it to the pros, is that somebody who makes it professionally is someone who kind of understood there's some basic things I need to make sure I'm always doing well. And so they're able to add the extra stuff on top of it, because they're always making sure the fundamentals are sound. Which is crazy to think even the 19th century racists and imperialists had more deep down empathy than today's humanity. But I hope I'm wrong. Oh man, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, right? I mean, you make a good argument for it. You make a good argument about it. It's a sad thing to think of. But you make a good point. Oh, look, okay. Good. So we're at a point where we're increasing power production even when the solar panels are closed, so we can close these guys back up. Yeah, we're good. All right, we're good on power. Nice. I like that simple explanation. That's what I stress with my programming students. Yeah, I told them most of the things they thought were complicated were really just complex. The difference is that complex things are made up of simple things combined. So if you learn the simple stuff, the complex stuff comes later. Yeah, exactly. Like, as a writer, it's something I always would tell writing students, that like a lot of times what prevents people from sitting down to write the story they've always wanted to write is that it just seems too big of a task in their head. They're like, I've heard this so many times where people say things like, I have a story I want to write, but you know, I can't do something like that. And what I say to them is, you can't think of the entire story. Writing a whole story is too daunting of a task. What you do is you break it down into scenes, which basically in programming, you're breaking it down into modules. And then you just write one scene and another scene. You just write scene to scene. And then eventually you reach the end. And you don't really set out to write a full-length story. You sit down to write a scene. And you keep writing scenes until eventually you have a whole story. Being left-handed is a pain when no scissor works for you. See, that's the thing, though. As a lefty, I'm just kind of used to it by now. When I use a pair of scissors, there's that little part at the thumb that's just going to stick into my thumb because it was built for a righty. I just kind of accept that by this point. That's just how it is. That's just how scissors are. If you can't do the foundations, but you can do a scissor kick perfectly, yeah, your priorities are backwards. I know, right? Like, oh, I have an amazing bicycle kick, but I can't pass the ball. It's like, well then, you're useless. All right, let me figure out how I'm going to house these people. That will eventually work in this. So this is 6 people. You know, we could just do another shift in the machine parts factory. Another shift here. But people get pissed if they have to work. Oh, wait. No. What am I talking about? Yeah. We need 3 more people. Well, we'll say 4, because we want to bring more of those clones. And then maybe the grocer, we'll put her in the grocer. So we'll bring 4. 6 here, that's 10. And then 2 more. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And so what we'll do is we don't need we'll build a living complex instead of apartments because there's more comfort to be had from this. But we don't have a rocket at home, do we? We do not. I forgot to set this one up to go home. Ugh. All right, let's load up the 18 rare metals. And then we'll send this one home when that gets there. Man, we've already filled up the dome. Yeah, I'm left-handed too, kind of ambidextrous. I never had to write with my right hand, but typically growing up, it divided up by precision versus power. Yeah, things that take power, like batting in baseball, I do right-handed because I have more power in my right arm. But things like shooting guns or playing pool, I use my left hand. Yeah, hockey I could play both, depending on what I was doing. Yeah, I think when you're a lefty, you just naturally have to be a little ambidextrous because everything in life is taught to you as a righty. What kind of writing do you teach, or do teach? Theater. Well, I teach playwriting. I'm a playwright by profession, and so I try to teach playwriting when I can get a class. I mainly just teach intro to theater, though I do teach some playwriting in my intro to theater classes.
A building has stopped working.
So yeah, I write plays. That's me with writing. Yeah, I tried to write a campaign for D&D, ended up creating a whole world and barely getting anything written down. I've been wanting to try that approach of writing a single scene first. Glad I had the right idea. Yeah, you did. You had the absolute right idea. That's how you have to do it. Trying to sit down with that blank screen and write a full length story, it's too much. Scene to scene. Oh, hey, Garter 101. Hello. How are you? I've been getting into Vicky 3 recently, and your tutorials have been a godsend. Ah, nice. I've been using Argentina as my training ground. Oh, nice. Thank you so much for coming in to say so. I appreciate that. Very, very cool of you. That's funny because, you know, my original plan at the beginning of the summer, I was going to do a starting step series for Argentina. But it just, I don't know. There wasn't anything special about it. It wasn't a very good series, so I scrapped it. But I have a bunch of like false starts in Argentina on my computer because of it. Any thoughts on the scaled construction rules? I like the added asymmetry, but starting with 4 construction points is brutal. Yeah, anything below 10. And it's gonna take you forever to get anything done. I think, honestly, and especially if you're starting with a smaller country, first and foremost, I would turn off the shipbuilding. You don't need to do it. If you don't have construction, if you don't have the inputs for your construction sectors set up yet, I would turn off the shipbuilding. And I would get my construction sectors, like figured out, and then go from there. It really depends on what country you're doing. Like if you're going in South America, what? The problem in South America is that a lot of the countries start on interventionism, but they don't have the what do you call it? The infrastructure for interventionism. In many ways, traditionalism is a better way to start. Yeah. I know. We're gonna bring food over there. I forgot to bring food over to that dome. They're not producing any. But yeah, I think that's a big thing in the 1.13 update. Trying to start off with building ships while getting your construction materials underway is, it kind of overly complicates things. I feel like being lefty is easier now than when we were growing up. Yeah, more stuff available for it, less places where it's actively suppressed. Yeah, this is true, right? This is true. I remember seeing a thing a while back about how the portion of left-handed people in the overall population is actually surprisingly consistent. There's a pretty interesting pros-con balance. Like in fighting melee combat, left-handed people have an advantage. Yeah, because they predominantly learn to fight right-handed people. But right-handed people only learn to fight other right-handed people. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think I definitely had a bit of an advantage. Or I wouldn't say an advantage, but it was easier for me to be out on the wing in soccer. Because I was lefty. And most people aren't, and when they have to play that position.
Has stopped working.
That's awesome. Oh, I did theater in high school. Nice. What are some of your favorite plays? Oh, man. I always find that so hard to answer, because I have, like... I really enjoy the plays by Martin McDonagh. If I was going to pick one of his plays, my favorite one of his, I would say The Cripple of Inishmaan. So The Cripple of Inishmaan is definitely a favorite of mine. To go with a classic, The Crucible. When I read the Crucible in high school, that really is one of the things that turned me onto theater. So that's a favorite of mine. Actually, one of my favorite plays is a play called Eclipse by Denai Guerrera. A lot of people know her because she was in The Walking Dead. And she's one of the actors in Black Panther.
Research complete.
But she's also a fantastic playwright. And she wrote this play that Lupita Nyong'o was actually in on Broadway. And it was one of the best productions I've ever watched. One of the few times I actually cried in a theater. That is a great play. Oh, nice. Okay, we got the Mars crowdfunding. So now we're going to do the Micro G landers. We got the money. Yeah, increase production for farms out of dome. We want that. Let's get this going. We need 8 of these techs. Trains travel faster, we'll do that. But also, yeah, tools aren't made for us. Yeah, that's true too. Oh, God. Yeah, working in theater, having worked in scene shops like I have a lot. I learned that one the hard way. Also, desks. Like when I was in college, oh man, God, there was only ever one lefty desk in every classroom. And I would get so pissed when someone who's a righty would be sitting in one of them and there's all these other desks open. But I was never like that bold of a person to go up to them and be like, could you move please? This is for lefties. That would piss me off to no end when someone would take the one lefty desk in the room. I was curious about that. I might try it at some point. That does sound rough. Yeah. Yeah, the new construction, the new, I guess I would say, strategy of construction is a little rough. Oh man, yeah, I'm still getting a delay on chat. So on my OBS here, I can see the video feed that I have. And so I can see when the chat is popping up here, but it's too small for me to really read. And then in my OBS view, I have like my unified chat, but it doesn't like I see Garter just posted a chat message, but it hasn't popped up in my chat feed yet. Oh, no, that was Z Kirk that did it. See, yeah, I can't read it when it's on the feed, and it just popped in now. So it's like a full minute behind. That's crazy.
Session open.
I gotta figure out how to fix that. I'll have to check those out. I remember we did the basics, like A Christmas Carol. Yeah, Cheaper by the Dozen. Oh, that's interesting. And Our Town. Yeah. Our Town was so fun as a performer. Our Town is a great play. And it's like a high school, like, staple. Legislative session open. How are the factions looking? Not content. Yeah, well, you guys, the things you want always suck. You know, these guys are like the landowners. These are the landowners of the run. Yeah, you know, these are the landowners. These are the trade unions. This is actually the religious IG. Because even though they're the free love party, like you read this, like, how dare faceless bureaucrats deny us the right to children? Children are the most precious gift we can give to the universe. Enough is enough. We will fight for our children, both living and unborn. So this is the religious IG. These guys... These are the rural folk. So there you go. Oh yeah, rocket travel time is reduced. Let's do that. Let's prepare it. That's also why I had a long time grudge with Glocks. Oh, when I was a gun nut. They had a bad reputation for dropping mags if you were shooting left-handed. Oh, because of where the release button was. I heard they fixed it, but I found other styles I preferred. 1911 for the win. Oh, that's, you know, I never even thought about that in terms of like firearms, like at the difficulty of a lefty. I'll have to check those out. I remember we did the basics, like, oh wait, oh no, I already saw that one. How many seconds of delay? I think it's like a full minute. It seems to be like a full minute. So I gotta figure out why. I'm using a different service to give me my unified chat. God, this is only 26% of the way there. Yeah, we need to decrease this travel time so that we can get more people here. And the desk thing is real. Yeah, my best friend in high school also had a bad habit of sitting where we bump elbows and have to switch. Yeah. Oh god, that would piss me off. The Crucible was the first play we ever did in high school. Yeah. Yeah, I remember the thing that I loved about the Crucible was, I mean, I really loved the play. But I remember the year, I forget what year in high school we read it. The year that we read it, I had like the cool English teacher. And so we got to watch the movie after we were done with the unit on it. So we watched the Daniel Day-Lewis movie, which is a fantastic movie. I remember though, there was this one girl in the class who was like the bad kid. Like she'd have to sit in the back because she was always like disrupting the class and everything. And there's that scene, the very last moment of the movie, when John Proctor is like about to be hanged, and you know, he's saying the Lord's Prayer, and then the way that the movie is at the end, you see his face, he's saying the Lord's Prayer, and then he drops, and you just see the rope like that. And I remember, like, I was a little emotional watching it. I remember that girl, she got up right as the movie ends and the teacher turns the light on. She gets up, she's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. And like doesn't wait to get an answer or anything, just like leaves the room. And in our high school, you needed to get like something from the teacher. It was like a little board where the teacher initialed it. And I guess it was like a hall pass. And you needed to have that if you were walking around the halls. It basically said like the teacher gave you permission to go to the bathroom. She didn't even wait for it, she just left. And as she was leaving, I looked over and I got a glimpse of her and she was crying. And I realized she didn't want anybody to see she was crying. But the play got her. And I remember thinking, I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to write something that makes somebody like her, like, cry to the point that she just has to get up and leave the room because she has a reputation to uphold. I always loved the Crucible after that. Sign me up for the free love church. I know, right? Yeah. Free love on Mars. Everybody in this colony is listed as sexy, so. Ooh, okay. Hold on. We do have a bit of a water problem. Oh. Yeah, no wonder we have a water problem. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. You take these two machine parts. There's no machine parts over there. You go over there. This thing is supposed to be spreading out the resources. And it isn't. Oops. Go dump these things over there. Oh, no wonder we're having water problems. It's why I also loathed the M249 when I was in the army. Spits ash and brass in your face the whole time. 240 and 762 NATO. The far superior saw anyway. Oh, radical anarchist, I'll take your word for it. I am out of my depth on that. I need to watch your tutorial video on that one to understand better. Yeah, I don't know much about guns, I will say. Oh, hey, Shemneo, hello. What is up, Hamzilla? Did you ever check out Corsair Cove? I am addicted. Yes, I did. I bought it this last weekend, and I was playing it a little bit over the weekend. I was playing it a little bit today after the first stream. I think I'm gonna do a streaming series with it on Fridays. When we're done with Frostpunk, I think we're going pirate. Isn't it a great game? I really like it a lot. I really like it. I'm still kind of I'm going through the story mode and a little bit of the tutorial still, but it's fun. I say you are pulling heaven down and raising up a choice word that YouTube might bing. Yes. I love that. I've really come to believe that artists serve the function of being dedicated feelers for society. Yeah. They distill their unique experience into an abstract version that can evoke a response. Yes. Totally. I totally agree with that. Oh, I forgot about this faction opportunity. This is something we don't have to do, but we could get extra relations with them. We only have 7 hours left. See, I don't want to build a third forestation plan because we're not going to be able to keep up with the demand for seeds, so they're all just going to break down anyway. I think I'll let that one go. If you ever get a chance, see... Oh, Hades Town in a full theater. The moment when Orpheus turns around, sucks all the air out of the room every time. I have seen that. I saw it on Broadway. Oh, what a great show that was. What a great show. What a great song The Wall is. Is it like The Wall or Build the Wall? I don't know what the official title is. Oh my god, but it is fantastic. Honestly, that song, I feel like, is one of the, in my opinion, one of the best songs in musical theater I've ever heard. Anybody who doesn't know, I'm gonna look up the name of the song, because like that's how good it is. Everybody should go check this song out. And the show though is great. What's it called? What's it called? Why We Build the Wall. Yes, Why We Build the Wall. Oh my god. Everybody should go check that song out. It is fantastic. Yes, good call. Good call, Garter. The best in us petition. A prolonged cold wave has devastated one of our rivals. The damage done to Russia's colony is extensive, and many of their colonists have died from the very shortages of life support resources caused by the cold. That's why I didn't settle up north. Despite what our relationship with the rival in question might be, our colonists have begun signing a petition demanding we send financial aid to help the colony get back on its feet. Oh, so if we send 100 million, or 1 billion, all colonists gain 25 morale and gain 25 standing with Russia. We're not going to do this. All colonists get 45 morale. We have our own woes, and I doubt they would do the same for us. I want to make sure we have at least 1 billion, because we need to buy that rocket. But we really could use the morale, so we'll do it. We'll do that. Yes, and now look at morale there. And look at morale here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And other people, to help them get feelings they might not have otherwise. Art as communication triggers an empathetic response. Yes, totally. Is that the pirate base building one? It is, and it's brand new. It just came out like, I don't know, like a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and it's really good. It's made by Hooded Horse, who is becoming just a fantastic studio, or not becoming. I mean, they've been for a little bit now, but they are coming out with some bangers, and this has become one of them. Awesome. It is a great game. Yeah, the building is cool. I don't remember a game that has building mechanics like that. Yeah. So anybody who doesn't know, like, you're basically in, God, I don't even know what you call like an area like that, but like in a place that doesn't have a lot of flat building land, so you build up along the walls. So you can build along the floor, which is like a lot of sandy beaches, but you can also then build up along the rock face on the coast. Speaking of writing, it is my belief that part of art is the journey the creator goes on and the feeling of completing something. With that being said, do you have any opinions on AI writing? Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. Because it's not writing. It isn't. Here's what AI writing is, right? This is how I like to equate it. If you remember when The Dark Knight came out, and everybody was so enamored with Heath Ledger's version of the Joker, right? I think everybody had somebody in their life they knew, a close friend, maybe an acquaintance, but everybody had like their impersonation of Heath Ledger's Joker, right? Like, oh, look, I can do the Joker, I can do the Joker, and it was never very good, right? But essentially what they were doing was impersonating what Heath Ledger did, right? Like, they were basically just trying to recreate what he did. And of course, to a little bit of a lesser degree. And I think because a lot of people don't really understand the process that an actor goes through, you forget that Heath Ledger started with nothing, with zero. Now, people will make the case that, like, well, yeah, but he was influenced by the people that came before him, and that's true. But there's a lot of, I am sure, a lot of things he tried to do and failed, and the failure helped him find the correct avenue, right? And it's in those failures leading to the correct choices that makes the creation of art. And I think the problem with AI, and especially AI that creates art, and so like we're talking about AI writing, there's no failure. The AI never tries and fails, and then tries to do it better. Now you can say, yeah, the person giving the prompt might be like, okay, but now do it this way. But it's not the same. There's no failure in AI creation. It's like, it's like that last scene in Doctor Strange, in the first one, where he's trying to figure out what to do to defeat whatever the big bad was. And he's failing time after time after time, and he's doing it over and over and over. And finally he says, like, I'm just going to continue to do this and fail for the rest of eternity. And that's what helps him find the correct choice. And I think that's the problem with AI writing and AI creation, is that you're not actually creating something. You're mimicking what came before you. You're impersonating Heath Ledger's Joker, as opposed to being Heath Ledger and creating the Joker. So that's kind of my rant on that. It could go on for much longer, so I'll try to abbreviate it there. All right, our rocket is back home, so we can bring more people here, and we need to. So we're gonna bring 6 botanists, and then 6 botanists, yes, and then we're gonna bring 4 of the clones who are officers. And then actually, and then we'll do 2 geologists to get more metals out of here. So let's oops, no, we can do the filters. All right. Ooh, we got a lot of people. Let me get this rocket going, and then I'm gonna catch back up with the chat. So we need the botanists. It'd be rugged, fit, sexy, party animal, workaholic. We're always going to take workaholics. Fit, rugged, sexy. Oh, youth. We're going to take you. Religious, composed, youth. We're going to take you. Youth. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now yeah, actually just clear filters and give us the clones. I think they're all in here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that should be all of them. And then we'll get a geologist going. Yep, there we go. All right. Hades Town is so good, and yeah, Why We Build the Wall is a perfect distillation of the circular logic of authoritarian types. Oh, yes. God, I love that song. And by love that song, I mean it drives me nuts. Because of what it's about. But yeah, it just, it distills it down so well. It's such a brilliantly written song. It's not just a painting or a piece. It's what it takes to get there that makes us human. Yeah. Totally agree. Yeah, the process that gets you there is the art, right? Like I guess that's the thing that I think people don't understand about the creation of art is how many times you fail before you get to the right thing. It's something I notice a lot when you talk to like early stage writers. When you talk about like, now you got to do all the rewrites, and they're like, well, when they finish their first draft, you're like, now the real work starts. They're like, what do you mean? That was the real work. And I'm like, no, now you're going to spend years rewriting it. And they don't realize that there's a whole process of failures and refining that you have to go through. Hades Town is what sold me on musical theater forever. Yeah. It had a limited theatrical release a few weeks back. Oh, cool. Hopefully it'll make its way to streaming soon. Oh, man, really? I did not know that. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, very good. I love that show. Hey, Jabba, what's up? What's up? How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you, my friend. I cannot catch a break. I think they broke into the communal garage and tried to take my scooter. Failed, so they just took parts from it. Oh, man. Yeah, my friend, you've been having a rough time. I am sorry. Oh, then they took parts? Is it still operable? Like, can it be salvaged, or did they just, like, completely ruin it? I feel like claiming an AI art you made is like claiming credit for a piece of art you commissioned from someone else. Yeah. I brought vague ideas and sketches to tattoo artists, for example, but I would never take credit for the end product. That was the artist's work. Yeah, art is the process, not the product. Exactly. I mean, I think the thing that I find funny is, like, if somebody creates like an AI story, right? Like an AI novel. They had AI write their novel. If I took that novel and said, here's my novel, I created this, I think they would be like, no, that's mine. How dare you steal that from me? That's my work. And it's like, yeah, that's why AI isn't really creation, right? Because you're essentially, you are stealing somebody else's work. That's what AI does. It like combines a bunch of everybody else's stuff. And so it's funny that you're willing to do that to create the thing, but then if somebody's gonna take that from you, you're like, whoa, hold on a second there. Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Yes, yeah. We counting the days until actors signing the rights to their image also counts as the rights to use an AI replica of them in movies, yeah, and voice, once the tech is advanced enough. Well, first of all, they're already doing that. Who was it recently? There were two actors that signed away the rights to themselves to be used as AI. I think Bruce Willis was one. I forget who the second was. And then recently, you know, there's been this like commercial for some chicken place that I've been seeing commercials for nonstop, where it's a total AI ad with Chuck Norris. And they did it like in conjunction with his family, which is why I think they get away with it. But it's like an AI commercial, and it's Chuck Norris like fighting somebody. And it's just so weird. It is just so weird. All right, so we're going to buy the asteroid lander. You know, we're now going to need, like, another landing pad. So we'll build another one right here. Lord knows we have enough concrete for it. Fit, rugged, sexy party animal. Believe it or not, I'm describing a botanist. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. This is like the Hollywood movie of a Mars colony, right? Like, fit, rugged, sexy party animal, a botanist, and they cast Matt Damon. Like, that's Hollywood's version of a botanist. Matt Damon. I have to take it to fix it. I can't drive it. Oh, God. I'm sorry, man. I am sorry. That's so shitty. I just don't understand, like, people who make life difficult, like, for other people in the working class. I guess not to get classist with it again, but, like, it's how I feel when I see people giving, like, people a hard time, like, who are working, like, a cash register or something like that. It's like, we're all just trying to get by while getting paid absolutely nothing. You know, working for the man, basically. Why are we making life more difficult on ourselves? You know? Like, the person who took these parts from your scooter, like, how much, like, what could they possibly do with those parts? Were they gonna sell them? Like, how much is that really gonna get you, right? So what's even the point? Like, go steal something from the mansion down the street. Brandon Sanderson has a cool TED Talk on the subject of the artistic process in AI. Oh, okay, interesting. I'll have to remember to go look that up. Brandon Sanderson. Nobody gets it. Cyberpunk was not a guideline. 1984 was not a guideline. Brave New World was also not a guideline. Yeah, right? I always find it crazy when, like, you hear people say something like, you know, when did Rage Against the Machine get so political? Like, what? It's like these, like, I hate, you know, these conservatives who loved, like, Rage Against the Machine when they were teenagers, and now that they're adults, they're listening to it again, but now they're actually paying attention to the words. They're like, wait, what is this? And I'm like, the songs didn't change, my guy. That's what you were singing back then. Yeah, kind of crazy. Maybe $50. Yeah, right? Like, is it even worth it? Oh, God, I'm sorry. Alright, I'll feel much better when these guys are here and we have another source of food going. Look at us, though. Machine parts are a good. Listen to me. Now we need to get electronics underway. Although we still... don't have the tech to build them. It should be in this side, though. You know, the drone printer is something we really need, too. Actually, no, we got to do micro-G mining. Having the asteroid lander won't mean anything if we can't build this. But I think, well, we can get away with 8 electronics for now. I always try to be kind to bureaucrats and, yeah, customer service type of jobs. Yeah, I've been told too many times how soul-crushing those jobs are. Oh my god, it is. It is. I guess I don't work a customer service job anymore, but I've worked many a customer service job in my life. And it really does suck. Now I have to go to the police, and I can't drive the thing. God. Yeah. It just sucks. But you know what? You have to believe that they're gonna get theirs at some point. It's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen to them. Somebody's gonna steal their stuff, ruin their stuff. You gotta hope. Gotta go pick up. Oh, my wife up from work just recently got married. Oh, congrats! But I'm the stay-at-home husband, so hopefully be able to catch more streams. Been a blast. Yeah, nice hanging out with you, my friend. Congratulations on getting married. That's really awesome. And what a nice husband you are to go pick her up. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully I'll see you again sometime. We'll be, my next stream will be tomorrow night. Same time, we're going to be doing some Frostpunk 2. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you around. Thanks for hanging out. Not even to work. I have a barbecue Saturday. I guess I have to take an Uber. Oh, man. Yeah, right? Like, now it's just going to cost even more money to get around. Like, that's just the worst part of it, right? Well, it's a scooter. Maybe their scooter will blow up on them. Ah, rocket travel time is reduced. Now we can enact it. Let's do that. I guess when the political message seems so relatable, it's impossible to ignore. That's when you can just enjoy the song without a twisted feeling. It's too real. And so the apolitical becomes political. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Wait, you mean the machine I'm supposed to be raging at is the sociopaths in power and not my fellow proles who are just trying to survive? Woke. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, like, what did you think the machine was that we were raging against? Yeah, thanks for the congrats, guys. See ya. Yeah, of course. Have a good one. We'll see you next time. Alright, so... Oh, geez, what am I doing? You know, when we got one of those big batches of tech, I forgot. We got the recon... We got the low-G shaft tunneling. So we got to do this. And we have plenty of resources for it now. So let's get we're gonna need to build (16 and 5). Yeah, so we're gonna need one whole slab of concrete here. 10 machine parts for that. So we need 15. Let's get that. Ah, we got our colonists. Let's do that. Let's turn this on. We'll turn that on. Hey, DeWolfie, what's up, what's up? Good morning, how's it going? Doing good, doing good. How you doing? Good to see you, my friend. Good morning to you. I'll drink coffee with you here. That's what I've got in here, is coffee. Ooh, you know, we haven't saved. Let's take a save. But to be fair to the maladapted men who get confused, that's by design. In a system where rampant capitalist imperialism has been effectively branded as liberty and democracy, well, anything that... Oh, see, now here's where my chat is going to get... My chat gets slow.
A building has stopped working.
That helps a working class has been branded horrible satanic communism. Yeah, I know, right? Like, you're a total commie nowadays if you think, like, I shouldn't go into debt because I got sick. You know? Just crazy. Yes, coffee is a great choice for a healthy start to the day. Yeah. Well, for me, it's 10:49 p.m., so my coffee right now is wine. Oh, we are at the 2-hour mark, though, so we're gonna have to take a quick 90-second break here and pay homage to the gods of ads. So that we don't have to watch ads during gameplay. So we're gonna take 90 seconds and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back, and we're back. I forgot to mention, Job, 125 stream streak. I appreciate you, my friend. That is amazing. Thank you, thank you. Oh, hey, yeah, oh, and you posted, yeah, it's the 125 streak. There you go. Oh, thank you, thank you. You are awesome. I appreciate it. So let's see, let me catch up here. People are still accountable for their actions and behavior, but I know from my own experience that there's a lot to unlearn and relearn, yeah, on that path from the propaganda narrative to something more humane and authentic. Yeah, I know, right? I think that's part of getting older, unlearning and relearning a lot of stuff. People should be able to afford rent or a house. Yeah, right? Radical idea that you should be able to just afford rent and some food. Like, come on. What are we even doing anymore? Or that's a radical idea. What a crazy concept. I know, yeah, what a crazy concept. Radicalism. I mean, I'm a type 1 diabetic, so I've been dealing with health insurance companies for pretty much my entire life, and I'm just like, I don't understand what benefit they are. Like, what actual benefit are they providing? They're the ones that make all of the health costs go up. And then they're the ones that are, you know, will help pay for it. But you're the ones that made it go up. So what benefit are you actually? Oh, Bang Lee's earthsick. What's your problem? Service building was closed at an unprepared meal. Ah, come on, buddy. So you went to the grocery store at night and it was closed? That's your big problem? Well, when it works like it's intended, they are pretty cool. But in the USA, it's just abusive. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like in the US, at least, health insurance companies, when they work the way they're intended, is when they suck. That's the problem. All right. So, oh yeah. Okay, so we're trying to get enough stuff to go build the underground elevator. So we need 10 machine parts for the elevator. We need 5 for the wind turbine, so we got that. We need 16 concrete for this. 30 for that. So actually, we're gonna need like 1 more concrete. And then what else? And 20 metals. Damn, we don't have a lot of metals. And we've got our asteroid lander. Let's start sending this guy over here. And then, yeah, this one that doesn't really need to be there. Actually, no. First, what we're gonna do is, no. Actually, yeah, let's give 8. What do we got going on over here? Yeah, 20 low. You come over here. I want to give 4 more drones to that one. This is why I'm staunchly anti-capitalist. Not all commerce is capitalism. Socialism, communism is not the only alternative. Economics is, at its core, about the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. Capitalism is just ineffective at that. It's why we have hundreds of thousands of empty houses and hundreds of thousands of homeless people. Yeah, I can't argue with you there. You know how people say, like, oh, as you get older, you become more conservative and more religious. I feel like the older I get, the more like the more socialist I get. I think that's the trajectory I'm on. Wait, so we got our asteroid launcher. It didn't give us... Usually when you get that tech, you get an asteroid to go to. Am I missing it? Where? Oh, you know, I forgot to mention too. Yeah. We did that one expedition. We got 2% more of atmosphere and 1% of temperature. We don't have an asteroid. You know what I don't like? In the original version of the game, I could load a bunch of resources onto the asteroid lander and just have it prepared for when an asteroid came into contact. But now I can't. I gotta wait. Because it takes time for the drones to load the asteroid lander, which cuts into the time you have with the asteroid before it leaves your orbit. So that's kind of annoying. Here in the Netherlands, sometimes it's annoying, but I always get the money at least. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I mean, I think just in general, you guys have a better system than we do. Alright, we have 8 now. So now load those guys up and come over here. Let's put the elevator there. And let's give it its power supply. Some things are better handled at lower levels. Some things benefit from non-profit approaches. It should be based on what achieves the objective most effectively. Oh, whoops. We're paused. And having good ways of measuring that. I don't think annual profit is as important a metric for something like health insurance as the number of people able to get care and the quality of that care. Obviously, the profit motive doesn't result in more people getting better care. Yeah. I mean, I think in general, anything that's like a necessity for life should be a socialist model. Anything that's a luxury should be a capitalist model. Anything that's a necessity for life, I feel like the profit model just doesn't work. At least not effectively. Let's get more metals here. So that's kind of how I feel, but I don't know, the trajectory I'm going, check in on me in a couple years. I'll be like, luxuries for all. T1D, it would be covered. Oh, type 1 diabetes. It would be covered in the basic part. So basically, after the initial own risk part, you get the rest for free. Yeah, not here. God. Every month I'm battling with an insurance company that doesn't want to cover anything. Do you have the recon center? No, not yet. We don't have the recon center yet. But it used to be a thing where when you got the Micro G Landers tech, you got one asteroid, you know, as a freebie. Oh, we're losing oxygen. Okay. So now we can upgrade. You know, it is interesting. We only have one Moxie for these 2 domes. But it has held its own. All right. Ooh, you know, because this is also gonna provide drone coverage, maybe we could finally test out the naturalist habitat and just have people get us those rare metals. Yeah, my dad used to tell me that my life experience has given me a larger scope of looking at and trying to solve problems, and I value things like family and community more, but that just makes me more angry about the state of things and more radical in wanting to change it to something better. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing, right? Like, it kind of feels like the one bipartisan thing is nobody is happy with the state of things. It doesn't matter whether you fall on the left or the right. We all kind of agree the way things are right now, it just kind of sucks. Now, we differ in what our definitions of it being right would be. But, you know, we can all bond over the fact that it all kind of sucks right now. Let's bond over that. Everything sucks. That's the one thing we all share. Yeah, they changed the asteroid part a little bit. Yeah, I guess clearly, right? That's kind of disappointing. I rushed to buy this because I thought I need to get it quickly because we're going to lose our chance at the asteroid. So I guess after we get micro-G mining, we'll go after the recon center. We really need to do more terraforming techs, though, because our first mission goal is to get 8 of them. So we got to do that. Unlucky for us, too many people think everything is a privilege, yeah, rather than a right. Even the idea of freedom to some is like we're going back to, yeah, feudalist. Oh, wait. Yeah, that, you know, that word privilege, like, certain things are a privilege. Like, I don't know, when you're talking about basic rights, nothing is a privilege, it's a right, by definition. We need more water. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna really be going low on money, but we could really use these moisture vaporators, so we're gonna do that. Oh, what am I doing with these things? You go home. Take 15 rare metals with you. Oh my god, look at how much fuel we have. So, Bennu 1. God, we got so many things to do out here. Resources, unknown, resources. Look at that, though. Look at this. The Explorer. Yeah, send that. Thing is, half of the status quo team doesn't want to concede anything. Yeah. While the other half of it is all too happy to concede to the right side. Because to them is at least not the other side. Yeah. Yeah. That's a great way to put it. In a nutshell, that's where we're at. Just that's where we're at. All right, so we're getting 10 food, 10 units of food there. Now we're building that elevator. We also can start thinking about where our next dome will be. I mean, so the next resource we need to get production of is electronics. We have some rare metals right here. So we could do this. Yeah, we could put it right here. And then if we position a drone hub in the right way, we can utilize this water. That whole Protestant work ethic, individual responsibility lie really undercut the ostensibly equal rights ideals of the U.S.'s founding. I never really thought about it in that terms. The Protestant work ethic. Yeah, interesting. Look at them growing shrooms. Yeah, I know, isn't that what it looks like? We're growing some funky mushrooms here on Mars. Alright. See, we really need to get the tech. You know, after we do this one of these is like, yeah, new technologies. I'd rather not send 10 people though. Oh man, yeah, if we had the RC dozer, we could build one. Yeah, there it is. So 10 people. We might need to do this so that, and hope that we get lucky and uncover the electronics factory. That's one of the things that frustrated me the most. I grew up on a lot of Americana mythology, but the American fascists don't actually believe any of the ideals that the Founding Fathers laid out. Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. I mean, like, my God, they started floating the idea at one point of trying to suspend the midterm elections. Like, what do you even say to something like that, you know? Other than, hell no.
A building has stopped working.
Hey, Chris Sensible, hello, hello. Welcome back, my friend. How you doing? Time for some landscaping. Oh, yeah. Right? Time to mow the lawn. Time to mow the lichen here. How you doing? Good to see you. Even before you take into account their shortcomings, saying basic rights are a privilege you have to earn completely ignores the idea that we all have inalienable rights. Yeah. Especially when people try to pull that thing where it's like, only citizens get rights. I was like, what? That's the most outrageous thing I've ever heard. Hey, Lauren! Hello, hello! How are you? How you feeling? Oh, I hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to see you back. I hope the fever broke.
Heavy drone workload.
Oh. I think one of these guys are almost ready to leave, right? Yeah, there we go. That one's leaving.
A building has stopped working.
Ugh. When there is no free living space, love shrinks. We want room for hearts to breathe. Okay, Free Love Society. I'm getting there. Nice. And no, it hasn't broken. Still there. Had a brief visit to the hospital because my fever broke. 104. Back home now. Oh, man, man, man. Well, I'm glad you got checked out at the hospital, though, because it sounded like it was about time for that. Oof. But it's,
Anomaly found. Sector scan.
I guess it sounds like, though, it is going down a little bit. Alright, let's send that guy down there. Alright, we've got an underground. So what I'm gonna do is we'll assign 2 drones up here. All right, let's see what we got. So not a bad space here, but nothing uncovered. Have you ever played much Imperator Rome? I thought it had a good core, but Paradox abandoned it too quick. No, I haven't. I haven't played Imperator Rome. It's one of those games of like lore that I wanna play. You know what? Actually, during the Steam Summer Sale, on the very last day of the sale, I was gonna buy Imperator Rome, and it was the morning. The kids are getting ready to go to camp. I had to walk them over to the bus stop for camp. So, but it was like maybe a couple minutes before we were leaving. Everything was all set. I just had to wait a couple, you know, maybe like 10 minutes before we had to leave. I opened up Steam and I was like, oh, Imperator Rome. I should buy that today. It's the last day of the sale. But then one of the kids distracted me. And so then, you know, it took them to the bus stop. Got distracted, forgot about it. Finally, around like 5 p.m., I was like, oh yeah, Imperator Rome, I gotta get that before the sale is done today. I go back, the summer sale had ended. It was like, it was back to full price. It was just like, I think like 40 bucks or something. I'm like, oh man. So the next time it's on sale, I'm gonna get it, but not right now. Turns out it's not COVID, thankfully. Oh man, yeah, damn, I didn't even think of that. It's a regular old flu. Damn. Yeah, that is rough. What IG would you be if you were a Vicky 3 character? I've thought about this. For a period of time, I thought, oh, I'm the intelligentsia. And then I was like, nah, that's not me. I'd like to be intelligentsia, but that's not me. I was like, I guess I'm petite bourgeoisie. And then I finally realized, nah. I'm too broke to be petite bourgeoisie. And so I finally realized I'm trade unions. That's who I am. Is Imperator Rome the one you were saying was the one that was basically fixed by the mod community? Yeah, after the studio abandoned it. Yep. Yep. So the studio, yeah, abandoned it. But before they left and turned out the lights, they basically opened the game up for modders. I don't know exactly when someone was relaying the story. I forget what it was they said they did, but basically, the devs of the game told the modding community, "Go ahead, fix the game up. We can't do it anymore. You can do it. Have fun." And apparently, the modding community did. They really fixed it up. I forget the name of it, but apparently, if you get Imperator Rome, there is this one specific mod that you absolutely have to get. Further scans show a connected network of rooms and tunnels. There are still a few strange structures that we have trouble identifying. We should explore further and uncover the secrets Mars has been keeping from us all this time. The scans also indicate richer deposits and tunnels spacious enough to expand our colony into down there. Unfortunately, many places still appear a bit unstable, so we should be careful. We've equipped the RC vehicles with specialized scanning equipment to reveal any anomalies and resource deposits in the underground. Yeah, so we need the Explorer, but we sent the Explorer off on a mission. Ooh, we've got deep metals, deep water, so not a bad place to build. So we'll have to explore more down here, but we need this guy to come back home. Oh, that's a bummer. Here's a fun idea. Pick up Imperator and do a blind playthrough as the first part of a mega campaign. I might just do that. I did that with Hearts of Iron 4. I did a blind playthrough the first time I played it. But it's not a bad idea for Imperator Rome. It'd be a good Thursday series. Maycam pick the most isolated and weak tribe in Imperator. Sounds like my style right there. Alright, you know, I wonder if we can do any trades. Oh yeah, let's get autonomous sensors. Send 50 polymers for 250 food. Not bad. Alright, China, do you want to exchange any technologies? Nope. Oh, no, not that. I want to do a trade. Nope. What an awful trade that would be. Alright, Europe. What do you got for me? Subsurface heating? Yeah, okay, fine.
Research complete.
Ooh. Send 50 machine parts for 1,400 resources. How many machine parts do we have? 39. But we're building a lot of them. All right, let's hold off. Let's hold off because I don't want to go broke on that. Place all gamers underground and call them basement dwellers. Ha! Oh my god, I should do that. Yeah, everybody who's listed as a gamer, yeah, can become basement dwellers. Amazing. Amazing. Oh, you can even play in more of the African Horn coast and West Africa in the mod. Maybe I'll finally do an Algeria stream. Imperator Rome, I've played it quite a bit. Honestly, it's a weird game. Fun, just weird. Oh, interesting. So why weird? What's weird about it? I can't wait for the CK3 DLC. Yeah, you know it. When that comes out, that's going to be our Thursday series. But I think, but that doesn't come out till next month. And the map goes all the way to Indochina and some parts of Indonesia. From the mod, right? The mod is the one that does that? Because I think base game, it doesn't, right? Recreate Super Mario World Bowser Lair on Mars. Oh man, is the music public domain yet? While we do it? Maybe I'll just sing it. every time we go down, they'll be like, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, 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 dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Additional rewards for exploring sectors. Oh. Deep scanning does not count. Oh, I should have been doing this a long time ago. Ooh, this one, that funding is disliked by everybody. Yeah, let's switch to... No. Applicants. Yeah, this is a hard one. This is a hard one to pick. I would really like the funding one, but everybody's gonna dislike it. Yeah, let's do the research. Yep, the Invictus mod. Yeah, Invictus, yeah. There it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Alright, let's get you back over here. Oh, you know what? So we only have 8 drones there. We have 16 here. So let's send 3 more over there. It feels like a chef that does that pinch of CK3, pinch of EU4, pinch of Vicky2. Nice. Yeah. Man, I need to check it out. It's just like, it's also just like a game of lore in Paradox circles. Hearing people talk about it, where it's like, oh, it was so good. I'm like, well, where were you guys during its life cycle? Its actual life cycle. Sounds like it needed more love during the life cycle. Alright, so we're not building a dome underground yet.
We gather here today to bid
Aww.
a final farewell to one of our finest.
As difficult and painful as it is, we must accept that David Bruno is dead. David Bruno Mars? As friends, as a community, we express our sadness, we acknowledge our loss, acknowledge the great importance of David Bruno's life. David Bruno's life has been a journey towards a vision, a journey which brought us all towards the possibility of living on the Red Planet, one small step at a time. David Bruno didn't try to make their mark in human history, for there is no room for attempts and success. David Bruno knew what the calling of fate was, knew the risks and the opportunities, and made the best of it, for the good of us all. What is it that takes a person through all of this is a question only we can answer. This is a question whose answer is the spirit of David Bruno. And this is a legacy for us. This is like in Fight Club when they're like, his name was David Bruno. His name was David Bruno. Thank you, fellow colonists. Okay, great. You'll never be forgotten. And copyright claimed. Wait, what do you mean? Whoa, what happened? What happened? Did I mess something up? Doesn't really have an identity, I think. Okay. Oh, copyright claimed. Oh, yeah, the da-na-na-na-na-na. Yeah, exactly. Oh, well. There goes the copyright claim. It was good but very bland. I think that's why people skipped on it. Too bad. The modders of Imperator are crazy passionate. Isolated tribe number 999 that nobody except ultra niche historians know existed on that specific time has whole quest chain and flavor to their potential. Oh my god. I'm looking at you, Sporia. Oh my god. See, like, that's... I want to play that. How could you not play that? Alright, so let's start laying some blueprints down. Yeah, so we'll do a dome right here. We'll put the drone hub right here. Because we'll get the dome, we'll get the water, and then that that concrete up there. But do I really, like, if I ever build something right here, the concrete will be in it. I don't need the concrete. Where does this one end? Yeah. So it feels like a bit of a waste to not get it in this. Yeah, we'll do that. The writing is a bit cheesy. Yeah. Oh, hey, nobody nowhere. Hello, hello. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, yeah. You mean on that that event we just had here? A little bit. A little bit of cheese. A little bit of cheese. The modders of Imperator. Oh yeah, yeah. Nintendo. Nintendo be harsh, yo. Worse than Disney at times. Oh my god. Right? Ugh. I don't care. I'll stand in front of I'll stand in front of Nintendo and be like, "Come at me, bro."
Funding received.
And they'll be like, "Okay." As you wish. All right, so we have 2 more moisture vaporators. So let's place them. So we can put them here. I don't want to disturb this green area though. You know what? Let me stop being so damn precious with this. How about that? We'll place it right here. And then the other one, yeah, we'll place right here. Let's get it some power. Yeah, perfect. There we go. Isolated tribes in the middle of the Eastern European tundra or the Sahara Desert has more flavor than the major countries in Vanilla Imperator. It's crazy. I mean, there's one thing nobody can deny. The Paradox modding community is legit. It is crazy what people create for the games. You know, we really just need a more reliable source of seeds. All right. So what do we need? 12 and 8. Wait, did I get electronics? How are you liking Surviving Mars? I played it years ago, but haven't played since the relaunch. I mean, I just, in general, I love Surviving Mars. It is one of my favorite games, by far. I have to say, before I fully fell into Victoria 3, this was, like, the game I had the most time in. So, I absolutely love this game. That being said, yeah, I haven't played the relaunched version as much, because when it came out there was just a plethora of games released all at the same time, so I didn't get to dive in as much as I wanted to. So I have to say I'm really loving this relaunched version. I really like all the stuff they added in here. This whole political system is wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. The new engine the game is built on is great. The game just feels like it's working a lot better. So yeah, I have nothing but praise for it. I don't know why the reviews are so terrible on Steam. So so people, the Surviving Mars community really did not like the announcement of this game. And it you know, originally they had announced this game, and basically it kind of sounded like Surviving Mars Remastered, even though it isn't. In the end, it isn't. But when they first made the announcement, they're like, it's not a remaster, it's a relaunch. And everybody's like, it kind of sounds like you're just making the game have better graphics and selling it again with all the DLC. And then the thing is, originally they had said everybody is going to have to rebuy the game at full price. And that really pissed a lot of people off. Now, right before the game released, maybe a couple weeks before it released, they had finally announced, if you own the original game on Steam, then buying Relaunched is basically like an upgrade, and it costs, I think, like 15 bucks or something like that. So in the end, it wasn't that bad, but I think it did kind of put a sour taste in everybody's mouth. I think a lot of people felt like this whole political thing should just be a new DLC for the original game instead of this whole relaunched version. But to be honest with you, I was reading something about how the problem they were having with this game was that it was built on some engine that just wasn't, you know, compatible with certain things now. And so they really just needed to rebuild the game from the ground up on a new engine, which and the amount of work that constituted, or the amount of work that needed constituted needing to sell the game as a brand new game. So I think people had a bad taste in their mouth from that. So objectively, without any of the situation surrounding it, I think this is a great game, and I think the new version of it is wonderful. But I think a lot of people were pissed with how it got released. I can remember you getting electronics. Yeah, right? Didn't I? I can't believe we used them all up already. Like, what? What did we use them on? I have no idea what we would have used all those electronics on. It's the Rampocalypse. Oh my god, it's the Rampocalypse. The Rampocalypse has reached Mars. I thought we had RAM, and now it's all gone. Those damn data centers. Oh yeah, that'll piss them off. Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Anomaly found. Sector scan.
Yeah. It's funny because, like, I'm now in the process of abandoning Apple, but when this was announced, I was kind of pissed off that they weren't going to make a Mac version of it, because the original game is on Mac, and my laptop is a MacBook Air. And it worked at that. And I was like, this is going to be Windows only? Like, that sucks. And yeah, there's workarounds on it, but it's kind of nice when you don't need the workarounds to make something work. Funny enough, now that I'm finally getting around to play it, I'm, like, in the process of abandoning Apple. What are the factions of this game? So I still don't know all of them. Oh, not here, not here. Still kind of figuring it out, but like these are the factions basically. So we have like the Workers Collective, the Free Love Party, the Green Mars Coalition, Justice Now, but there's a whole bunch of them. And so they show up, the ones that show up are based around the type of government that you eventually choose. We chose a People's Republic, which is why we got what we got.
Some colonists are Earthsick.
Why did you lose all of your comfort? The data centers, they've come to Mars. I know, right? The real RAM consumers and data centers was Ham's Colony ramping up prices. Yep, it wasn't the data centers in the end. It was the Mars Colony. Nobody can game anymore because all the RAM has been taken by the Mars Colony. Oh yeah, let's send this thing somewhere. Research progress, resources. Yeah, the Explorer is going underground. 10 people. We gotta do this one though. 10 people, new resources. We've got to get the electronics factory uncovered. The real RAM crisis were the friends we made along the way. So the devs put in a bunch of hard work, but marketing sent mixed signals and screwed the reputation. Yep, that's exactly it right there. That tracks. Sounds like CD Projekt Red. Yeah, exactly. There you go. There you go. Yeah, they rebuilt the whole game up from scratch on a new engine. And honestly, like, I played a ton of the original Surviving Mars. And this game just, like, it looks so much better. It really does. It looks so much better. It runs so much better. It really is great. But yeah, marketing, I think, kind of screwed it on that one. I played a good bit, but Surviving Mars never really clicked for me. The soundtrack is peak, though. You know, it's funny. I always played with the soundtrack off. Whenever I played with the soundtrack off. I have it on because I'm streaming. So this is really the first time, this is the most I've ever listened to the soundtrack. And like you said, I like it. This is a really good soundtrack. I'm like, oh, why was I not playing this soundtrack all this time while I played? What a missed opportunity. All right, so all of that though to say, Wait. Oh, do we have a rocket at home? Oh, we do. We do. Okay. So we're gonna... I wanted this so that we don't have to waste 100 million. We're gonna get electronics. Yeah, we're really just going for broke here now. Send us 25 electronics. He's trade unionist in Mars too. Yep. You got it. You know it. What are the types of government then? God, what were the options they gave us? One was, so we had the People's Republic. There was one that was like a fascist technocracy. This is based around authoritarian researchers. God, I don't remember the choices we had. I'll have to go back to the VOD from the earlier episode today. So it was at some point in episode 2, the stream we did this morning, where I had the options there. Ham, I'm escaping to the only place that has not been taken by capitalism. Space. It already has. Yeah. Yep. It's all capitalism here, man. All capitalism. There's got to be some Martian that is upset we ruining the planet with our green and oxygen instead of yummy rocks and lack of air. I know. Like, oh man. There goes the neighborhood. Greenery? Do you not understand the name, the Red Planet? Oh, you know what? We're gonna, pin this. So that we can click it and get here quickly. Ah, nice. There we go. So we'll do that. You know what? Since we still have the transport, we'll keep the transport here because we're gonna research, we're gonna, whatever they do, like scan this anomaly, then we're gonna get another anomaly back here, and this anomaly will uncover a bunch of resources. And so we'll keep the transport here for that. Or hold on until you can produce your own. Yeah. I think this might be the last shipment of electronics we do, because I don't think with how it'll be okay to just have 4.
A building has stopped working.
But after that, we should be able to. So I'm hoping we're going to send this mission off to uncover new technologies, which I'm hoping will unlock in the tech tree the electronics factory. Micro-G mining, now get the recon center in there. Oh, nice. And we got dry farming. Neoliberal was one of them as well. Oh, that's right. Yeah, neoliberal was, yeah. Now I remember that. Game trying to appeal to all the political spectrum. Yeah. Have your choice. Go at it. Turn Mars into what you will.
A building has
That sounds way more up Elon Musk's alley. What a dark and scary alley that is. We're still good on power. Oh, this always gets me. I'm like, oh, why do we have 10 unemployed? Oh yeah, because they're all on a rocket right now. Oh yeah, we can amplify all this stuff. Oh yeah, that's what, this is what I need. I was like, what was it I was trying to build that needed electronics? I forgot. This drone hub. We need to build this. To be fair, the Martians... To be fair to the Martians, this is like if aliens come here, build their weird stuff, make forest dry rocky places, and suck out the air and call it home. I'd be upset too. Yeah. Very accommodating of you, my friend. Very accommodating of you. I think also you must make it a habit of never sending back empty rockets. Yeah. Even if it means you have to fill it with some or just concrete. Yeah. And we have enough rare metals that we can keep sending back rare metals for money. See, the problem is that we only have 2 rockets. It's a small number of rockets to have. And it takes so long to get them back to Earth. Our rover has stumbled across a slew of resources. Upon closer inspection, they seem to have originated from the Martian surface and have found their way into the underground through a series of cracks and fractures. While the coincidence is staggering, we will reap the benefits. So let's see what we got. Oh, are you kidding me? After I just paid for all those electronics, we got 26 of them. Unbelievable. Legally distinct SpaceX was in the original. Yeah. Is that what the fascist technocracy is in this one? Yeah. No, well, they don't, none of the mission sponsors have anything specifically assigned to them. You make the choice once you get there. They and it's Space Y. They still have Space Y in the game. So that's still there. I love it. Legally distinct SpaceX. Just change one letter, literally. Oh, by the way, the new episode of Ted Lasso's out. I know. Oh, man, I can't wait to dive into that. I watched it with my lady last night. It was pretty good. I'm looking forward to this season. Nice. It's interesting to have to wait and watch an episode a week. Throwback to the old days. Yeah, isn't it weird? Oh, man. I'm glad to hear it's good. I cannot wait. I forgot to add to the list of things to not imitate. Avatar was not a guideline. Not relevant now, but the rate we going is gonna be in the next centuries. Oh god. Yeah, the length of time is exactly why you need to fill them with as much stuff as possible. Yeah, this is true. Paradox games in a nutshell. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, everybody, I think we've reached our conclusion for tonight. But we did some good work tonight. You know, we got the colony expanding. We pretty much filled out the second dome. We're starting to build the next one. So not bad. Not bad at all. But I think this is where we call it for the night. So next week we continue. We're moving along these parameters. So we're almost gonna get to 1% vegetation, which is kind of nice. I mean, I can't believe though this little bit right here is like 1% of the planet. It's kind of funny how that works. We can't quite see anything here, but eventually we will. As we raise the atmosphere, we'll start to see clouds, stuff like that. But thanks for watching tonight, everybody. I appreciate it. Some good chats tonight. The next time I'll be on will be tomorrow night. Same time as this one. Hopefully less technical difficulties to begin the stream, but we'll be continuing the Frostpunk 2 run. It might be the last Frostpunk 2 episode, because I think we might complete our objectives in the Utopia mode, but we'll see. But we'll be doing some more Frostpunk 2 tomorrow. Spacewise is a perfect name for a company, just sounds like you're saying space. Why? Yeah, hard sell. Why are we doing this? Oh, because we can burn money without any conscience or responsibility. Very good stream. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for another stream. Ah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, everybody. I appreciate it, as always. What's going on Twitch tonight? Yeah, I don't really know anybody on, so I think that's gonna be a good night. Yeah. All right. So thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Hope I will see everybody tomorrow for some Frostpunk. Yeah, have a good night. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, thank you, Nobody Nowhere. I appreciate it. Fun stream tonight. Looking forward to Frostpunk tomorrow. Yeah. Me too. Me too. Hopefully we'll get the volcano tomorrow in Frostpunk. But yeah, thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of your night or your day, depending on where you are in the world. And as always, be awesome, my friends. I'll see you next time.